Forgiveness is a beautiful thing. It can heal wounds and restore broken trust. But let's be honest, some actions cross a line so deep that no apology can mend them. These are not your average slip-ups or misunderstandings. These are betrayals that cut to the core, leaving scars that no amount of "I'm sorry" can erase. Imagine a partner who has shattered your trust in ways that make you question their very character. Would you let them back into your life? Before you answer, consider this. Sometimes, walking away isn't about bitterness or revenge. It's about protecting your peace, your values, and your future. In today's video, we'll explore 7 actions so damaging that giving a second chance could cost you more than you realize. These aren't just relationship deal breakers. They're lessons in self-respect and the boundaries we all need to maintain. Stick around, because the last one might just change the way you think about forgiveness forever. Ready? Let's dive in. And hey, if this resonates with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It might just be what someone else needs to hear today. Repeated lying. Trust 1. Repeated lying is the foundation of every relationship, a fragile yet powerful thread that binds two people together, creating a sense of safety and mutual respect. But when honesty is replaced by repeated lies, that thread begins to unravel what was once a bond built on openness, and truth transforms into a web of doubt, confusion, and insecurity. Imagine building a house, brick by brick, with each brick representing a shared truth. A sturdy house can only stand if all the bricks are solid and intact, but each lie acts as a cracked brick, weakening the structure and creating gaps over time. The entire house collapses under the weight of its own instability. That's the feeling one experiences when they discover their partner has been dishonest over and over again. I recall my friend Lisa sharing her story about her husband. At first it was small lies, excuses about a text message or why he came home late, but as time went on, the lies became more elaborate, and Lisa found herself questioning everything he said one day during an innocent conversation with his friends. She stumbled upon the truth, and the pain hit her like a wave, not just from the lie itself, but from realizing that her trust had been shattered. Stoic philosophy teaches us that honesty is not just a moral obligation, but a safeguard for relationships. Marcus Aurelius once wisely observed, "Nothing hurts more than a lie from someone you trust when confronted with repeated dishonesty." It's not just trust that's eroded, but also the connection and foundation needed for a lasting partnership. Apologies alone will never be enough to repair such deep cracks, as each distortion of the truth leaves the bond weaker than before. While forgiveness may offer temporary relief, ongoing dishonesty causes lasting damage, not only to the betrayed person, but also to the relationship's potential for growth and authenticity. As Stoicism reminds us, sometimes stepping away from those who habitually disrespect the truth is the only way to protect oneself from a future fraud. With uncertainty, you deserve a relationship built on truth, not deception. Don't hesitate to question or reevaluate connections that force you into constant doubt, because only on a foundation of honesty can love truly thrive. And 2, physical or emotional abuse. Endure physical or emotional abuse. Relationships are meant to be spaces of safety, love, and mutual respect, a foundation where two people grow and support one another. But when abuse, whether physical or emotional, enters the picture, that foundation crumbles. Abuse is not just a red flag. It is a clear boundary that should never be crossed. It's not a call for compromise, but a call to action, a demand to protect yourself and walk away. Imagine a beautiful garden, vibrant and full of life. Abuse is like a toxic substance seeping into the soil, choking the life out of everything. Good, the roots of trust and connection begin to wither, and no matter how well tended the surface may appear, the poison beneath will continue to spread unless completely eradicated. Physical abuse is the most visible form of this toxin. It's not only an act of harm, but also a violation of someone's sense of safety and dignity. Take Sarah, for example, a woman who once believed in the unwavering love between her and her partner. One day, in a moment of anger, he struck her. The bruise on her arm was more than physical. It was a betrayal of the trust and safety she had once felt. She tried to forgive, thinking it was a one-time mistake. But it happened again and again. That's when Sarah realized that real love doesn't hurt, and that she had to leave. Not all abuse is as overt. Emotional abuse hides in the shadows, manifesting through toxic words, subtle control, and degrading behaviors. Think of Jack, who faced daily ridicule from his partner. "You'll never amount to anything," she'd say. At first, he brushed it off, thinking it was just heat of the moment remarks. But over time, Jack started doubting himself, losing confidence and feeling trapped in an invisible cage. Emotional wounds don't leave marks on the body, but they cut deeply into the soul. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength lies in protecting our inner peace. No one has the right to erode your worth, and leaving an abusive relationship is not an act of weakness, but an incredible act of courage. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Walking away from abuse is stepping out of the storm and into the refuge you deserve. Leaving an abusive relationship, whether physical or emotional, may be one of the hardest decisions to make, but it is also the first step toward reclaiming your freedom and dignity. It is a declaration that you will not settle for anything less than respect and genuine love. Remember, you cannot build a beautiful future on a foundation of pain and abuse. Choose to protect your heart, your body, and your mind. You deserve to be loved, cherished, and respected. Step out of the storm, and you will find the light waiting on the other side. Public 3. Public humiliation. Humiliation love is a powerful force, uplifting, empowering, and inspiring. It is a bond built on mutual respect and care, a relationship where both individuals feel valued and cherished. But when a partner chooses to humiliate you in public, that bond is shattered. Public humiliation is not just a fleeting moment of disrespect. It is a deep wound to your dignity, a betrayal that no apology can easily mend. Imagine standing at a gathering, enjoying the company of friends, when suddenly the person you trust the most makes a disparaging remark about you in front of everyone. The room falls silent. All eyes turn to you, and in that moment, shame and hurt consume you entirely. A loving partner lifts you up in the eyes of others, respects you and protects you, especially in public when they choose to belittle you. Instead, it's not love, it's control, it's not care. It's disregard these actions, break trust, and sow seeds of deep self-doubt, leaving you questioning your worth. If even the person who loves me doesn't respect me, what does that say about me? Public humiliation is like a silent toxin that creeps in, eroding your confidence and suffocating your joy. It causes lasting harm, leaving psychological scars that linger long after the incident has passed. Think of a flower wilting under scorching sunlight, not because it's weak, but because it has been placed in an environment it should never have endured. Public humiliation does the same. It chips away at your self-worth and drains your emotional strength. This act doesn't just harm you, it tarnishes the way others view your relationship. Friends and family start to question the respect your partner has for you, and this discomfort ripples outward, damaging the connections around you. Stoic philosophy reminds us that our dignity doesn't depend on how others treat us, but on how we treat ourselves. A partner who chooses to humiliate you publicly crosses a boundary that forgiveness alone cannot easily restore. Walking away from such a relationship is not a failure, but a powerful act of reclaiming your self-worth and values. Stand tall, take back your strength, and remember that. But real love never makes you feel belittled. Love is where you're lifted up, where you're protected, and where you're proud to be yourself. If your partner chooses to hurt you publicly, they not only disrespect you, but also the love you share. Don't settle for less than you deserve. You are worthy of a love that helps you shine, not one that drags you into the depths of pain and humiliation. 4. Repeated infidelity. Repeated infidelity. Trust is the foundation of love. The invisible thread that binds two hearts and allows them to beat as one. But when infidelity seeps into a relationship, that thread begins to fray, leaving wounds that are hard to heal. A single betrayal is devastating enough, but when it happens repeatedly, it transforms into something far worse. A blatant disregard for your worth and the sacred trust you've extended. Imagine a pair of wedding rings, symbols of unity and commitment. Now envision one of those rings cracked, its perfect circle broken. That's what repeated infidelity does to a relationship. It shatters the promise on which love is built. Each betrayal chips away at the foundation, leaving only doubt, pain, and a sense of loss. Infidelity isn't just about the physical act. It's about breaking trust, violating intimacy, and disregarding unshakable boundaries. When this happens again and again, it sends a clear message: your partner does not value the commitment they made or the relationship you share. Picture a fragile yet beautiful glass vase. The first crack weakens it, but with careful hand, it can be repaired. However, if that vase is dropped repeatedly, the shards eventually become too fractured to restore. Repeated infidelity is like dropping that vase over and over, leaving a relationship beyond repair. Love demands effort, respect, and loyalty. A true partner protects your trust as if it's the most precious thing in the world. Repeated infidelity, however, isn't just a lapse in judgment. It's a deliberate choice, a choice to prioritize their desires over your feelings. It demonstrates a lack of remorse, responsibility, and willingness to change. Imagine discovering yet another betrayal, seeing a message or action that symbolizes a broken promise. The pain is not just in the act itself, but in knowing that your trust has been taken for granted, that your forgiveness has been met with further deceit. Each incident makes it harder to believe in the possibility of healing, and even harder to see the relationship as something worth saving. Forgiveness is a gift, but it's not an infinite resource when your forgiveness is met with repeated betrayal. It's clear the problem isn't about mistakes, but a fundamental lack of respect for you and your relationship. Walking away from repeated infidelity isn't an act of weakness. It's a declaration of strength. It's a statement that you will no longer accept less than what you deserve. You deserve loyalty from a partner who treasures your trust and safeguards it as part of their love for you. Love cannot thrive in the shadows of betrayal. If your partner continues to break your trust, they're showing you who they truly are. Believe them and make a choice to prioritize yourself. You deserve a love that is faithful, honest, and unwavering, a love that mirrors your own commitment. Anything less isn't love at all. Gaslighting relationships are meant 5. Gaslighting. To be sanctuaries built on respect, honesty, and understanding, foundations that allow two people to grow together. But when gaslighting enters a relationship, those foundations start to crumble. Gaslighting isn't a mistake or a misunderstanding. It's manipulation at its worst, designed to make you doubt your reality and ultimately yourself. Imagine holding a lantern to light your path, its steady glow illuminating the way forward. Now imagine someone deliberately dimming that light while insisting it's as bright as ever. Over time, you begin to question your own eyes, wondering if the darkness you feel is even real. This is the insidious effect of gaslighting. erodes your clarity, making you second-guess your thoughts, memories, and sense of self. Gaslighting is not accidental, it's calculated. A manipulative partner distorts your words, denies events you clearly recall, and plants seeds of doubt in your mind. These small manipulations accumulate, creating a fog that clouds your confidence and distorts your perception of reality. It's like looking into a warped mirror. You no longer recognize yourself. Imagine someone consistently dismissing your feelings, making you believe you're wrong for expressing them. For example, you share your hurt after a heated argument only to be met with comments like, "You're too sensitive," or "I never said that, you're remembering it wrong." At first you defend your truth, but over time you begin to question whether your recollection is accurate. This is how gaslighting separates you from your sense of self, leaving you dependent on someone else's version of reality. Gaslighting not only erodes your confidence but isolates you. It makes you hesitate to speak up, doubt yourself, and remain silent, even when you know you're right. But the most important truth is this: your inner light has never gone out. It has only been obscured by someone else's manipulations. Stoic philosophy teaches us the value of clarity and truth. It reminds us that your reality is valid, that your voice deserves to be heard, recognizing gaslighting as a tool of control, not love, is the first step in reclaiming your power. Love doesn't make you doubt yourself. It strengthens you. Leaving a gaslighting partner is not an act of weakness. It's an act of courage. It's a declaration that your truth matters, that your voice deserves to be heard, and that your reality is valid. You deserve a relationship built on honesty and respect, where your light is celebrated, not dimmed. Believe in your clarity, stand firm in your truth, and never let anyone take that away from you. Your reality is yours, and your strength is yours to reclaim. Controlling 6. Controlling behavior. Behavior love is meant to be a partnership, not a prison. It is a connection that nurtures freedom, individuality, and mutual respect. But when controlling behavior infiltrates a relationship, it erodes these essential pillars. Instead of building trust, it imposes limitations. Instead of offering support, it asserts dominance. This is not love. It's a red flag you cannot ignore. Imagine standing before a vast forest, free to explore with every step, guided by your own choices. Now picture someone blocking your path, insisting you take the route they choose. At first it might seem like care, but over time it becomes clear you are no longer in control of your own journey. This is the essence of controlling behavior, a force that robs you of your autonomy. Control doesn't always wear its true face. Sometimes it disguises itself as concern. "I just want what's best for you," they might say. Or, "Trust me, this is for your own good." But the reality is restrictive. A controlling partner may decide who you can talk to, what you can do, or question every choice you make. They isolate you from friends and family, chipping away at your sense of self. Think of a candle. Burning brightly in the dark, its flame represents hope and strength. But if someone keeps extinguishing it, you may hesitate to light it again. Controlling behavior works the same way, draining your spirit and making you doubt your worth. Instead of feeling loved and support, you feel monitored and confined. In a healthy relationship, love lifts you higher. It doesn't hold you back. It encourages your growth, respects your dreams, passions, and individuality. Controlling behavior, on the other hand, is like a cage. It may appear to provide structure, but in reality, it stifles your growth and potential. A young sapling needs sunlight and fertile soil to thrive, not a small pot that restricts its roots. If you find yourself trapped in a relationship where your choices are no longer your own, take a step back and ask, is this love or is it control? Remember, love should never feel like a cage. It should be an open sky, allowing you to sow freely. A partner who truly loves you would never block your path. They would walk alongside you, encouraging and supporting you as you become the best version of yourself. Leaving a controlling relationship is not a failure, it's a reclamation. It's reclaiming your freedom, your worth, and your self-respect. You deserve to live a life built on trust and respect. Choose freedom. Choose yourself and never settle for anything less than what you truly deserve. Lack of 7. Lack of accountability. Accountability growth in any relationship begins with a simple truth. We all make mistakes. What defines a strong relationship isn't the absence of errors, but the ability to acknowledge them, take responsibility, and grow from them. When a partner refuses to take accountability, they aren't just evading responsibility, they are also showing an unwillingness to grow and nurture the relationship. Imagine a beautiful home with a leaky roof after a storm instead of repairing it. The homeowner ignores it, saying, "It's not my fault, it's just the weather over time." The water seeps into every corner, weakening the structure until the entire house collapses. Relationships are the same when a partner refuses to take responsibility. Small but dangerous cracks form, eroding the foundation of trust and respect. Picture a disagreement with your partner. Instead of saying, "I'm sorry, that was my fault," they respond with, "That's not my problem, you're just too sensitive." These words don't just dismiss your feelings, they disregard the impact of their actions on the relationship. Each time this happens, trust is eroded, respect dwindles, and the bond that once thrived begins to weaken. Accountability is more than admitting mistakes. It's a sign of respect. It conveys this relationship matters to me, and I'll do what it takes to make things right. A partner who refuses to take responsibility isn't just denying their mistakes. They're denying the value of the relationship and the respect you deserve. This creates a cycle of blame and neglect, stifling growth and deepening resentment. Imagine a mirror with cracks distorting the reflection. Each refusal to take responsibility is another blow to the glass, making it harder to see a clear image of the relationship. Without accountability, misunderstandings multiply, resentment festers, and the connection that once thrived begins to crumble. Taking responsibility is an act of care. It says, "I value this relationship enough to own my mistakes and strive to make things right." A partner who refuses accountability denies you the respect and validation you deserve. Love requires humility, a willingness to set aside ego and pride, to self-reflect and ask, "How can I do better?" Without this growth becomes impossible. A partner who avoids accountability remains trapped in a cycle of blame and deflection, leaving no room for the relationship to move forward. Imagine a roadblock on a winding path. The journey ahead holds promise, but without removing the obstacle, the journey cannot continue. Accountability clears the way, creating space for progress, healing, and deeper connection. Without it, the journey ends, leaving both partners stuck. Walking away from someone who refuses accountability is not a failure. It's a triumph of self-respect. It's a declaration that you deserve a partner who values growth, someone who sees mistakes as opportunities to learn. Rather than excuses to avoid change, growth comes from owning mistakes, taking responsibility for actions and their consequences. A partner who avoids accountability doesn't just hinder the present, they sabotage the future. Choose a partner willing to grow alongside you, someone who values the relationship enough to admit when they're wrong. That's the foundation of a strong love, the kind of love you truly choose yourself always deserve. Choose yourself always. Life is a journey, and the relationships you build along the way should lift you up, empower you, and help you grow. Love at its core is not a test of endurance. It's meant to be a sanctuary, a place where trust, respect, and kindness thrive. But when those principles are broken, it's not a time for compromise. It's a moment to ask, The most important question: will I choose myself or choose to endure the pain? Picture this: you're standing at the edge of a cliff, the vast sky of opportunities stretching before you. Behind you lies a path marked with hurt, disrespect, and broken promises. What do you do? Turn back to face the pain or step forward into freedom? Trust me, moving forward is always lighter on the heart. You deserve a relationship that reflects your worth, a connection built on mutual respect and trust. If your current relationship makes you feel small, unworthy, or overlooked, that's not love. It's a shadow of what love should be: a partner who crosses your boundaries, disregards your dignity, or dismisses your happiness. Isn't honoring the relationship you deserve now. Imagine yourself walking away, shedding the weight of the past. Each step feels lighter as the toxic chains fall away. Suddenly you stand in the warmth of the sun, smiling, ready to embrace a new chapter of your life. This isn't giving up, it's right. Rising above, it's choosing yourself. This doesn't mean forgetting, it means learning. It means recognizing that your worth isn't defined by someone else's actions, but by your courage to stand up for what you deserve. Every step forward affirms your strength, self-respect, and belief in a brighter future. Love isn't meant to break you. It's meant to build you a healthy relationship. Doesn't ask you to shrink it. Inspires you to grow. It doesn't leave you questioning your worth. It celebrates it. If your partner isn't bringing that energy, walking away isn't a loss, it's a victory for your soul. Picture this: you standing in the sunlight, smiling, achieving your goals and enjoying your own company. You've left behind what no longer serves you and embraced a new chapter of self-love and empowerment. This is the life you can create when you prioritize yourself over relationships that tear you down. You are worthy of a love that uplifts, respect that never wavers, and a connection that nurtures your soul. If someone crosses the lines of trust, kindness, or care, it's time to make the hardest but most important choice: to walk away. Never settle for less than what you're worth. Your life is too precious, your happiness too valuable, and your future too bright to be dimmed by anything less than the love you truly deserve. Choose yourself. Always the best is yet to come. If you resonate with anything in this video, drop a comment below saying, "I choose myself," and remember, you deserve better always.